This is the aftermath of an attack resulting in the demise of this man, Razi Mousavi, a high-ranking commander of the Revolutionary Guards in Syria. Preliminary reports suggest that the detonation's intensity was such that it caused the structure to crumble, hurling the body of the target into the courtyard. The explosion occurred in an area known as Zainabiyeh, under the control of Iran-affiliated forces and Hezbollah in Lebanon. One notable aspect concerning Razi Mousavi is his dual role and designation in Syria. Officially, he assumed the position of the second liaison at the Iranian embassy in Syria, equipped with a diplomatic passport for seamless international travel and diplomatic residency. Concurrently, he held a role among the senior commanders of the Revolutionary Guards of the Islamic Republic. The military institution's announcement specified Mousavi's involvement in the advisory forces and support personnel of the resistance front in Syria, essentially referring to the Quds force of the Revolutionary Guards within the country. Additionally, certain reports indicated his active role as a military supporter of the Lebanese Hezbollah. Unofficial sources identified him as a field commander affiliated with the Sabrin forces, a group linked to the crackdown of Iranian protestors a year earlier. Subsequently, images of his encounter with Ebrahim Raisi, the president of the Islamic Republic, surfaced following the announcement of his demise. Furthermore, from a separate collection of photos, it is conceivable to deduce that he maintained a close association with Qassem Soleimani, who was killed in a US drone strike almost 3 years ago in Iraq. The local media in the Islamic Republic circulated this video in which Mousavi talked about Soleimani. The distinct filming approach implies a deliberate attempt to obscure the face of one of Soleimani's associates, who was operational in Syria during the recording. Nevertheless, with his passing, there appears to be no reluctance to disclose his identity. In contrast to Soleimani's case, where the US openly acknowledged responsibility for the assault, no entity has claimed accountability for Mousavi's demise. Yet, Iranian media has attributed the attack to Israel. These images capture a segment of the crowd gathered in front of the National Security Council building in Tehran, urging a response from Islamic Republic officials. Ebrahim Raisi issued a warning of retaliation against Israel, and Hossein Amir Abdollahian, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, expanded on this threat, unveiling a formidable countdown against Israel. Unofficial analyses attribute this assault to the attack on an oil tanker linked to Israel. However, speculation suggests that, given Israel's advancements in Gaza, Razi Mousavi may have aimed to fortify Hezbollah forces against Israel. Consequently, he was targeted to thwart his objectives. As anticipated, as expected, Iranian authorities and diplomatic military institutions often talk about seeking revenge to appease their supporters. However, they have previously fallen short of delivering on their promises of avenging Soleimani's death. 3 years after Soleimani's demise, no evidence of any significant action constituting a robust response exists. The only ones who suffered the repercussions of these hollow threats were the victims of the downing of Ukrainian Airlines, Flight 752. When the Revolutionary Guards, fearing a possible US military response to the missile attack on an American base in Iraq, shot down a passenger plane in the Tehran sky. Now, following the recent incident of a Revolutionary Guards commander's death, numerous users on social media have issued warnings about the potential attacks of these forces against the people of Iran. Nonetheless, Razi Mousavi marks the third commander lost by the Revolutionary Guards in recent attacks linked to Israel. Throughout this period, the sole response observed from Islamic Republic officials has been the recurring promise of retaliation. Additional information regarding Mousavi's demise is derived from the account given by Iran's ambassador in Syria. As per the ambassador, Mousavi remained at his office in the Iranian embassy building until approximately 2 p.m. before heading home. Approximately 2 hours later, around 4 p.m., his residence was struck by 3 missiles while his wife was absent. The statements from Iran's ambassador in Syria subtly convey a message to Syria, underscoring the diplomatic position of Razi Mousavi at the Iranian embassy. Emphasizing that the security responsibility for diplomats lies with the host country, the ambassador suggests that this attack on Mousavi's residence also challenges Syria's security. This message may serve as a hint of the Islamic Republic's efforts to garner support from its allies in potential clashes with Israel. Particularly noteworthy is the deployment of thousands of quasi-military forces from the Quds force near the Israeli border, reported just hours after Mousavi's demise. However, any action from the Islamic Republic against Israel is likely to prompt a US response, potentially leading to days where even the slightest oversight could spark a new crisis in the lives of the people in the region.